Are the shoes you love secretly sabotaging your golden years? It's a harsh question, but improper footwear contributes to a shocking number of the 300,000-plus falls that hospitalize seniors annually. This silent threat doesn't just cause pain, it steals mobility and independence. Let me tell you about Thomas. At 72, he was active and loving retirement until his worn-out loafers caused a slip, a hip fracture, and a terrifying prognosis. He might never walk independently again. But his story didn't end there. In this video, I'm revealing the 8 deadly footwear traps most seniors don't see coming, and the 3 life-changing strategies Thomas used to reclaim his freedom and hit the hiking trails again. Understanding these could be the key to protecting your mobility and independence. Let's dive in. You might be wondering, what's going on with our feet as we get older? Here's the deal. Our feet go through significant changes as we age. First, the fat padding that used to cushion every step starts to thin, which means our bones and nerves take more impact. Second, our balance takes a hit. By the time we're 65, the nerve receptors that help us stay steady degrade by up to 30%. Lastly, our joints become more sensitive to misalignments, turning what were once minor walking issues into full-blown pain. But don't worry, it's not too late to take control of your footwear and restore your mobility. Let's dive into the 8 deadly footwear mistakes that many seniors unknowingly make, starting with some of the most common culprits. Number 1. Worn-out sneakers. They look fine, but are they? Even if your sneakers still look great on the outside, they can lose up to 40% of their cushioning after just 6 months of regular use. The foam inside, which absorbs shock, breaks down silently, leaving your joints exposed to impact forces that can be 3 to 5 times your body weight. This can lead to pain and even injury. Arthur, 75, couldn't figure out why his hip constantly ached during his daily walks. His sneakers looked almost new. On his doctor's advice, he bought a fresh pair, and within a couple of weeks, the nagging hip pain significantly subsided. The old shoes simply weren't absorbing the impact anymore. Actionable tip. Check your sneakers for wear. Try the twist test. If they twist easily through the middle, it's time to replace them. Press on the insole. Does it still feel springy? Remember, even if they look fine, they might not be providing the support your joints need. Number 2. Backless slippers. Comfort at a cost. Backless slippers may feel comfortable, but they increase your risk of falls. Without back support, your walking pattern changes, often causing shuffling, and you lose ankle stability as your toes grip to keep them on. This is especially dangerous when you're moving quickly, like answering the doorbell or walking downstairs. Take Ruth, a vibrant 78-year-old who wore backless slippers around the house for years. One day, while navigating her stairs, she tripped and broke her wrist. It severely impacted her independence for months. Actionable tip. Opt for slippers or house shoes with a closed back heel counter and a secure fit like Velcro or elastic. Ensure they have a non-slip rubber sole. As you can see from just these first 2 common issues, worn-out sneakers and backless slippers, making informed footwear choices is really key to staying safe and mobile. If you're finding these tips helpful and want to make sure you catch all our advice for staying active, please take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep creating helpful content for seniors. Okay, let's move on to our 3rd common footwear mistake. Going barefoot, a risky habit. Walking barefoot around the house might feel natural, but it increases your risk of falls by up to 37%. Bare feet also lack the cushioning and support your aging joints need, especially on hard floors like tile or hardwood. Plus, if you have neuropathy, you might not feel a small cut or injury from stepping on something, which could lead to infection. Martha, 69, enjoyed padding around barefoot, until she stepped on a tiny, sharp piece of plastic she hadn't seen. Because of slight numbness in her feet, she didn't notice the small cut until later, when it had become red and slightly infected, requiring antibiotics. Now she always wears supportive house shoes indoors. Actionable tip: wear supportive house shoes or slippers with a back and a non-slip sole whenever you're indoors. This provides essential cushioning, support, and protection against unseen hazards on the floor. Number 4 is the one-pair-fits-all mentality. Many seniors make the mistake of using one pair of shoes for everything: walking, gardening, errands. But different activities place different demands on your feet. Shoes for walking need cushioning and flexibility, while shoes for gardening need stability and protection. Using one pair for all wears them out faster and doesn't provide the right support when needed. Frank, 74, used his favorite walking sneakers for everything, including his extensive gardening. He started noticing his ankles feeling unstable when kneeling and standing up on the uneven lawn, realizing his walking shoes lacked the side-to-side stability needed for yard work. Actionable tip: consider building a small shoe wardrobe for specific needs. A supportive pair for everyday wear and walking, durable yet stable shoes for gardening or yard work, and comfortable, secure house shoes. This ensures you always have the right support. Number 5. Slick soles. Style over safety. Smooth or worn-out soles can make even dry, flat surfaces slippery. When your shoes lose their traction, it's easy to slip, especially when you least expect it, like when there's a little water on the floor from cooking or spills. Dress shoes with leather soles are often culprits even when new. Eleanor, 80, had a scare when her favorite pair of loafers, whose soles had worn smooth over time, slid out from under her on her slightly damp kitchen tile. Luckily, she caught herself on the counter, but it was a wake-up call to check the tread on all her shoes. Actionable tip: always check the soles. Make sure your shoes have rubber soles with a distinct tread pattern that provides solid traction. If they've worn smooth, it's time to replace them or see if a cobbler can add a non-slip sole. Number 6. Flip-flops. Cute but dangerous. Flip-flops might seem like the perfect summer shoe, but for seniors, they're a hidden danger. The lack of support forces your toes to grip the shoe with every step, which changes the natural walking pattern. This unnatural movement, combined with no arch support, can accelerate joint deterioration and lead to painful conditions like plantar fasciitis. Consider Barbara, 70, who loved wearing flip-flops on her beach vacations. After just a few days of walking around in them last year, she developed such severe heel pain, plantar fasciitis, that it hampered her activities for the rest of the trip and required months of stretching to resolve. Actionable tip: swap flip-flops for sandals with adjustable straps across the instep and ideally around the heel to secure the foot. Look for options with built-in arch support and some cushioning. Number 7. Tight dress shoes. Not just uncomfortable, but dangerous. As we age, our feet naturally widen, but many seniors continue wearing tight shoes that cut off circulation, pinch nerves, and lead to pain. This is especially risky for people with diabetes or circulation problems, as it can worsen neuropathy, numbness, and increase fall risk. George, 77, dreaded weddings because his old dress shoes always left his feet burning and numb by the evening's end. He didn't realize the tightness was aggravating his mild neuropathy until a podiatrist recommended getting measured for a wider fit, which made a world of difference. Actionable tip: ensure your dress shoes fit comfortably, both in length and width, especially in the toe box. Allow wiggle room. If they feel tight anywhere, especially around the toes or across the widest part of your foot, it's time to get properly measured and find a better fitting pair, potentially in a wider size. And finally, number 8. High heels, even the sensible ones. You may think that a modest 1.5 or 2-inch heel is harmless, but it's actually a problem. These shoes throw off your body alignment and add significant pressure to the ball of your foot. Over time, this leads to bunions, hammer toes, and even misalignments that affect your knees and hips. Take Janet, for example. She's 68, and for years she wore sensible 2-inch heels to work as a bank manager. After retiring, she noticed her feet collapsing. Eventually, her bunions, which she had ignored for years, became so painful she needed surgery. It was a painful lesson, but it didn't have to be this way. Actionable tip: if you still wear heels, consider switching to shoes with a heel height under 1.5 inches and a wider base for better stability. Even better, explore stylish flats or wedges with built-in support. Your feet and joints will thank you. Now, let's talk about solutions that can change everything for you. First, a professional shoe fitting. Did you know that most people wear the wrong shoe size, especially as feet change with age? A professional shoe fitting is the crucial first step. Getting the right size and width ensures your shoe can properly support your arch, cushion impact, and prevent painful issues like bunions or nerve compression. A proper fitting considers length, width, arch type, and even how you walk. Second, the 3-zone system. Divide your footwear needs into 3 categories. In one category, put your home slippers and house shoes. Next, everyday comfortable, well-fitting walking and errand shoes. And finally, activity-specific shoes designed for gardening, hiking, dress occasions, etc. This strategy ensures you always have the correct type of support for what you're doing, reducing strain and fall risk while potentially extending the life of your shoes. Third, custom orthotics or supportive inserts. If you have specific foot issues like flat feet, high arches, or plantar fasciitis, orthotics can provide targeted support. They work by correcting biomechanical alignment, distributing pressure evenly, and reducing strain on your feet, ankles, knees, and back. You don't always need expensive custom ones. High-quality over-the-counter or heat-moldable inserts can offer significant benefits for many people. Talk to your doctor or a podiatrist about options. Closing thoughts. Remember Thomas? By making simple but crucial changes, getting properly fitted, using the right shoes for the right activity, like those described in the 3-zone system, and adding supportive inserts, he went from fearing every step after his fall to eventually hiking trails with his grandkids again. His story shows that improving your footwear habits can truly restore mobility and confidence. By making small, informed changes to your footwear choices today, you can dramatically improve your mobility, safety, and quality of life tomorrow. What footwear mistakes surprised you the most, or what changes are you planning to make? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more practical advice to help you thrive in your golden years. Your golden years should be filled with movement, freedom, and fun. Let's make that happen together.